Okay, this is for Chris White and his sleep paralysis research. Chris, if you choose to use this, you can edit it all you like. I don't mind. Okay, when I was about 17 or 18, I believed in God and evolution at the same time, but I didn't really think about the topic much at all. And one night I had a dream, and in that dream I was either laying down or sitting down, and in front of me, and to the left, a few meters away, I saw what looked like a demon or devil. It looked really horrible, and in the dream it was trying to possess me. That's what I strongly felt, but I didn't want it to, and I got like a burst of willpower to reject it because it seemed as though it was an overwhelming evil, and I had to get that burst of willpower to, reject it. And I think it was the denial of the demon that allowed me to escape being possessed, because apparently you can't be possessed unless you allow it to happen. And I woke up and I was really scared, and I was unable to move or speak. I could just move my eyes and my finger a little bit as I tried to bang on the wall for help, and after about 20 seconds or so I was able to move again. And when I was about 20, I became a Christian, and a few years after that I had another sleep paralysis experience, but this time I just woke up and was unable to move or speak. There wasn't any dream, and I didn't see anything that time. But after that experience, I looked up sleep paralysis online, and people were talking about how to stop sleep paralysis by calling upon Jesus Christ to help you and to get rid of the demons. And since then, the sleep paralysis has gotten less frequent, and when it does happen, it doesn't last as long, and I'm nowhere near as scared anymore. But a few years ago, I was laying on my side, and in the dream I heard a sound that seemed like it was coming from within my ear, or a little bit deeper inside of my head. And it was on the side that was facing the ceiling, so my ear that was on the pillow was okay, so it seemed as though it was only coming out of that one ear. And the sound that I heard was like an electronic hum, like the sound of some stereos make, and those, I don't know what you call them, those long light tubes that you see in some places. And kind of sounded like a motor kind of sound as well. It's hard to explain what it sounded like. It was kind of like going like that, and it was like getting louder and faster, like a motor going faster and faster. And I prayed to Jesus, and after a short time it seemed as though it left out of my ear. It sounds pretty strange, but it's true, and I was able to move again after that. I've had sleep paralysis several times in my life, but they were just average ones where I can't move or speak, just able to move my eyes and my finger a little bit and make a stupid little sound trying to call for help. I've never actually seen anything or felt anything while awake, while having a sleep paralysis attack. So yeah, it's just those. I think that the experience is demonic, and calling on Jesus Christ is something that I heavily recommend. Even if you're an atheist or of another religion, I really urge you to call upon Jesus Christ to help you. Just see what happens. I can almost guarantee that it will help. I can't remember having sleep paralysis before I was about 18, but I do remember when I was between, 7 and 12 or something like that. I had heaps of dreams. That means lots of dreams about natural disasters. Like volcanoes going off and all sorts of things. And the funny thing is there's no volcanoes where I live that are active. And when around that time between 7 and 12, when I was awake, I used to play a game with my sister where we would look at each other's eyes and say, "Look into my eyes and see." and I was shocked when I saw one of the YouTube videos. I'll tell you at the end of this recording more about that, the link to that, because many of the things that abductees said happened, that they said happened, I actually dreamed about. I will say now, I have never ever seen a UFO, and I never claim to have seen an alien, let alone been abducted by one. As God is my witness, the things that I've told you happened to me, and it is true. I think that the UFO abductions tie in with sleep paralysis. I don't believe that there are aliens on other planets, but I do believe in fallen angels, Nephilim, and the demons. I actually think that if there is anything physical as far as UFOs and aliens go, it's poltergeists, or Nephilim, like in Genesis 6, and Job 38:6-7 seems to confirm the idea. If the sons of God shouted for joy when the foundations of the earth were laid, then they obviously can't be humans. They would be angels, because the earth was just made. Anyway, here are some links on YouTube that you can check out. These people I found are quite knowledgeable on the subject. There's IDE or IDE Thomas and Dave Hunt, and there are two YouTube series on here which are really good. It's called Aliens, The Great Deception. There's 8 parts to it, and there's another one, I think it's called UFO Deception, and it's got 3 parts. So you might want to check them out, they're really good. Okay, thank you.